Yo, Horror 556, we are back on Forza Motorsport. This time, no time trial. If you've gone to my previous videos, there's time trials, but this time we are on multiplayer, doing the Mazda MX-5 Cup Spec Series Limited Edition. Um, Very fun series, and a lot of learning opportunities here. So let's hop into it. And we start off here, where this is just practice, because this is FUJIMI. For those who don't know the track, I'm stuttering already. But for those who don't know the track, this is FUJIMI KAIDO. This is an OG track for the OG Forza fans. This was in Forza Motorsport 1, but they brought it back. I want to say maybe 6 months ago, maybe less, due to Forza Motorsport's 20th anniversary. RIP Motorsport, by the way. I heard that they kind of did a layoff recently, and that they're going to focus more on the Horizon series, and the Motorsport series is no more. As here we go, can't even practice in peace. We get spun out trying to learn this circuit before everything else. I just don't understand people. I really don't. For those who are new, I am on the sim rather than the controller. Starting from the back as per usual, 15th out of 24 cars, I believe, and we are off at FUJIMI KAIDO. It's just gonna get chaotic from here because this is such a hard circuit. I mean, this is like what, 12 miles long? It's, I think, more than 10. But yeah, we're getting pushed around, 3 wide everywhere. We're getting overtaken like crazy. I'm trying to be as careful as I could. My goal here necessarily wasn't to win. It was to more try to learn the track and also try to get a feel for the MX-5 itself, as I'm trying to get, trying to get more of a hold of these cars the more that I sim race. As you can see on the top right, top right, I mean, penalties just flying back and forth as many collisions happen, as I ghost through there to avoid a collision because I was going way faster. Those two just braked. Thankfully, when you ghost, it's only a warning so that you're, not doing it again, be aware, etc., etc. Didn't gain any positions, like literally 0. We started 15th, we stayed 15th. Kind of lost a lot of positions at the start, as I mentioned before. So now we're just kind of following the pack, and we're going to play it safe so that we're not intentionally wrecking or anything like that. Because again, this is more of a learning thing. I'm not trying to win because I'm obviously not the best. I don't have as much assist on. I only have the manual, and stability control is off, and my traction control is very limited. Those who want to know, as I get almost turned, good save, I guess. I don't know. I want to say it's a good save. It's kind of a save of like 30 miles an hour, but didn't go to the wall at least. This is a very tricky section. These sets of hairpins that just windy back and forth. A very tricky set. Going into the tunnel section here, didn't want to cut through and kind of just wreck. And here it just gets very risky. I had to cut the brakes because there's a guardrail right there. You don't want to hit that guardrail because otherwise you're going to get sent into the wall, sent to hell. So it was very tricky. I feel like it was very tricky to pass, in my opinion at least. I don't know about others. Maybe you see gaps, you're like, oh, you could have passed here. Oh, you could have done this, done that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I could have, but I also wanted to play it safe. Here, though, is a good pass, I believe. We get the inside, and we're able to make the pass. A little bit of, oversteer? Not oversteer, but a correction. And yeah, overall, we're not doing bad. We do have a large gap though from the top 10. So there's that. But again, we're not trying to win. Good position? Absolutely. Are we trying to win? I don't know. I don't know. If you want more videos like this though, of course, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment how you feel about this, if you think I'm just complete ass, or if you think my progress so far when it comes to the sim racing shit is getting better and better. So I really would appreciate the feedback. Also, I am trying to get 500 subscribers by the end of the month, as I've mentioned before in a previous video. So if you want to help me reach that goal, of course, subscribing is free. Plus you get more of my raspy voice. This part of the track was a very, very tricky part. Look at this. Right here you have this really awkward curve downhill, and you want to get on the brakes as much as you can to avoid going down and sliding into that guardrail. You get this hairpin that goes down into this set of curves, and then into another tight-ish right-hander. I'm really slow when it comes to this. There's the crash. There's the crash, the inevitable crash when it comes to racing here at FUJIMI KAIDO. I didn't really practice much here. I only had like one lap of practice, and that's due to the fact that, of course, there's only a limited amount of time, because this practice when you're waiting in the lobby. Anyways, though, we want to try and maintain the lead as much as we can, but something tells me that with how tricky the conditions are, especially FUJIMI KAIDO at night, yeah, this tunnel section also very tricky. Even when I practiced, I mean, look at that. I kind of lost my lead, the gap I had from 12th. So there's that, and here's another spin. Yeah, this is a very tricky track to deal with, and I've only had maybe one other time, and this was when FUJIMI KAIDO was first introduced, and it was a time trial. So yeah, not really any other practice. Side by side here through the set of corners, but because he has a better line on the inside, we just let it go. Doesn't matter anyways. He outbrakes himself, and we don't. Almost, but we don't. So we get back to 12th. We lose one position technically, and yeah, it's just smooth sailing from here, I believe. Yeah, I believe it was one of those two crashes that we had. Okay, well, maybe not smooth sailing as we smack the wall. But yeah, finished P12, but due to the fact that there's a 3.5 second penalty to the car in front, we get P11. So we finished basically 4 spots up. Not bad at all. 11th place, I think, is not bad for especially my experience in FUJIMI KAIDO in the sim, not using controller, using the wheel. So yeah, overall not bad at all. The second and final race of this video, one of my favorite tracks and the hardest one out here, the NURBURGRING, the full circuit at that. So not just the GP circuit, but the GP and Nordschleife. So just the full 8 miles here. Now miles, I'm American, if you didn't figure that out already. Already spun out. I mean, couldn't even get past turn 1, and we're already spun out and dead last. This is a field of only 16 cars, and we're dead last, or second to last now, in 15th. Again, we are not trying to win, we're just trying to get a good feel of the car and some experience with some smaller cars before we can kind of level up and go to the faster, more death-defying cars that I have driven on already. So, you know, the Orica, the Audi LV1, etc., etc. Anyways, as we go through the first carousel on the GP circuit. I believe this is a carousel. I forget the turn layouts and everything. This is the Schumacher S's though. I do know that. As two cars go into the gravel together on a date. That was corny. This is the Bilstein curve. I do know that part as well. And go through here, pretty chill. 70 through the curve here, and it'll just be smooth sailing from here. Or not really. This is smooth sailing through the GP circuit, I should say, before we go to the Nordschleife, where everything just gets hella chaotic. I'm gonna brake at the 100 board, or just past the 100 board here. Cut the first chicane a little bit, but we don't gain time at all, so it doesn't warrant for a penalty. And now we go and enter the Nordschleife. This is going to be fun. We're going to try and pass Tommy Batch here, the car in front, but with the Nordschleife being kind of a thinner track, it's kind of hard to pass, and I am not that confident in my passes right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to fake out. We know he's going to go into a mistake. It's the curb, which that curb is pretty lethal, and he's into the tire barrier. So he gave kind of 9th and 8th to us as Clint Batch, who I'm guessing is Tommy Batch's homie. He's got the same name. They both went on together. So now we're just going to cruise in 8th place. 7th now, as another car has died entirely. Maybe not his fault, as there's a collision penalty to the car in front. The car in front, actually, so it must be a collision penalty for the car in front. Anyways, so we're gonna go through. This is Flugplatz, I believe. Part of the Nordschleife. It's called Flugplatz. I can't say that right. But yeah, go 135 here, kind of go flat out because we have that grip, and here we brake. We're gonna brake as best as we can down to 2nd gear without, I mean, I can't lock up the tires. I have ABS on right now, but you know, we want to avoid locking up regardless, because as you've seen, I can spin out with traction control on. What can I say? I make the impossible possible. I'm gonna brake not hard through here, and we're just gonna follow the car behind and hopefully force this car into a mistake as well. We're going to watch the car behind us though, as that's a fast motherfucker. He kind of gains. He's gaining a few seconds. He's gaining on us just overall. I mean, look at that. He went from 0.6 to 0.3 around that section. So this is what, section 1? I don't know. I don't know. So we're gonna be falling behind, but he gets ambitious, and well, we try to save it, but we overcorrect, and we're in the wall. It's the Nürburgring. What can you say? It's bound to happen at some point. So unfortunately, we dropped from 7th to 9th. Only a couple positions, which not bad, but now we are under pressure from a Reaper 25 cab, and you know, at this point I'm just kind of frustrated because I kind of got turned because someone was very impatient. I don't think that's my fault. If it's my fault, let me know in the comments. I don't think it's my fault. I had that corner and he kind of just got very impatient and just took me out. Maybe the overcorrection was my fault, but whatever. At this point, my frustration had kind of boiled over, and when your frustration boils over, you make some pretty bad mistakes like that where you go into the wall. Now, of course, this is costly due to the fact that we just get passed for 9th, and now we are under threat from losing 10th from Tamako Tomaco or tomato? I don't know. This is a little hard to read there. This is not full screen, by the way. This is just me recording. And it's a small screen. Anyways, under threat here, contact as we go through this fast winding section into a braking zone so that we aren't heading into the wall. It's a little bit tight, and tomato or sauce, just call him sauce, he had forced to kind of brake, and we retain the position. Now Clint here goes wide. Tamako, I keep calling him Tamako at this point. Tamako is pressuring us from behind, and now this becomes this train. This train as we come through the carousel pretty cleanly, and we're just going to continuously ride this train and defend so that we are not going to lose our top 10 spot. This was a fast batch of cars as Clint was able to ultimately kind of gain through this is like section 3 of the Nordschleife itself. So this is a pretty fast batch of cars, but unfortunately that mistake of dipping the tire into the dirt slowed him down in his entry into the longest, 2-mile long straight, and we get a better exit, and as you can see just right there, we get the pass done. Now we also want to be careful due to the fact that of course there is clean air, but there is the clean air behind, and we don't want to get passed up right there. As you can see on the radar, he's getting closer. So we're just kind of weaving, making sure that he doesn't get behind us. He's getting behind us. It's like on our bumper at this point, but he does an early braking move, and I brake really late. Just kind of hold on the brakes there. Late braking works. It always does. And just like that, coming out of the Nordschleife, coming to the checkered flag, it's going to be a P9. Now, I think we did really well. Top 10 in the MX-5 Cup for the first time. I mean, this is older than the FUJIMI KAIDO race, as you could tell. But yeah, that's the MX-5 Cup for you. Very messy, but I mean, that's just how it is in real life. Let's be real. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Really nothing much to say here. Again, if you enjoy stuff like this, or if you want to see more where I do other open events like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and of course shout out Horror Squad, y'all my gang. Come join if y'all want. And yeah, peace out, y'all.
What the fuck? I could not be a bro nigga, I'd rather die. I've been in the trash since when I was behind. You ain't talking money, you wasting my time. You got guns the same height as AI. Neighbors complain that they like the smell. Nigga running the trap, we gon' set in the hell. Got so drunk at the show, I got up and I fell. Some money change hands, there ain't no going back. Nigga step in my trap and look like I rap. I always do one dance, stuff like a rap. My pockets on BBL, booty they fat. It's a call from the plug, now I won't call back. Got a word from the plug, Joe won't call back.